Moving on to the forwards then, Harry Kane, who obviously got the Golden Boot for the Premier League this season, he'll be starting out up front, definitely.
Well, you think so. I think everyone's expecting Harry Kane to start. He's like a breath of fresh air, isn't he, for the England setup? As a striker, he offers a bit of everything. He can score goals in the box, out the box. He creates things for others. He's got good movement. So yeah, he's the full package. I think he's the real deal, and I think he'll complement the midfield options that are going to join in with him. I think he'll really link that play up really well as a focal point up there. So yeah, he's a definite starter for me.
Jamie Vardy's also been called up. Just incredible season from his own, isn't it?
Well, I think we all, as fans, we all want Vardy to play, don't we?
Mm-hmm.
Again, whether he will or not depends on the shape, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Forwards got to be Harry Kane. He's got to start. I think he's the most complete we've had probably since Shearer. Yeah, he's a cert for me. And as much as Vardy's just exciting, isn't he? You know, he's rough and ready, and edge of the seat, likely to lash one in from anywhere. You know, the goal he scored against, was it Germany, where he got across the front?
Yeah, a little quite flick.
Yeah. Not even talked about Rooney yet, have we?
We'll get to that. Sturridge has also been called up. There's another option that it looks like he won't be starting. It's a fantastic option off the bench, isn't it? Okay, not the best of seasons like Kane or Vardy, but still it's an incredible option to bring off the bench.
He's just coming into form again. And for me, he is world class, his Sturridge. When you watch him, he just moves at his own pace. He does whatever he wants to do, and that's a skill in its own. His finishing is next to none, 1 in 2, I think it is. He can play left or right. So if you are playing a 3, he can be an inverted forward. He can play down the other side. He's got a great delivery. I think he starts for me in my team. I'd go with him.
Do you think there's a question mark about his right foot? He ain't got a right foot, man.
I don't know.
It's like your right foot.
It's got a few. Yeah, it is a bit like mine actually. I think he'd go either side. I'm not saying it's as strong as his left foot, but I've seen him score a few where it's a toe poke or a little nick. I think he's one of them we were talking earlier. He draws defenders in. You usually want 2 to go and mark him. He creates space for midfield runners. I just think if you've got him down one side of Kane, and then depending who you play on the other side, I just think the back four thinking.
I think we'd all be happy if he played, wouldn't we? You know, because he's going to get you goals.
Yeah.
Just very questionable celebration. You just wouldn't have that, would you?
Would you not go with it?
No.
What was yours? Is it like yours that yours?
Which one?
Celebration.
A celebration.
Sturridge.
I ain't doing it.
I think Sturridge will definitely start.
Do you?
Really? Interesting.
I think Roy likes him. I think he offers us something different to what we've got up there. And I'll go back to what I said earlier. I think he's one of these players that will play off the cuff if he's given that freedom to. And I hope he goes that way, Roy, in his attacking-minded game. I'd like to see them all play off the cuff and then just have a structure to get back into when the defensive man.
Here's a really interesting one then. Forget Rashford, because I think none of it, unless he goes mad in the few friendlies and scores loads of goals. He's not going to go, is he? But who would he have left out if Welbeck had been fit? Because Welbeck's another Roy Hodgson.
Good point, is that, Nelly? Good point.
It's a good point. He's done really well. International level, Welbeck.
The few good points.
You've done alright. You've done really well. Who would you leave out if Welbeck was in there? I know Rooney's been putting that forward.
I personally think he would have left the midfielder out.
Yeah, I was going to go with that.
He'd have took 5 strikers.
Yeah.
That's what I think he might have done. Because he knows Rooney can play, drop in there as well. Midfield, if necessary. So he potentially might...
And he can play in the wide areas.
He might have left Drinkwater out.
Yeah.
Or Delph. I don't think he'll leave Townsend out. I think he's got that width about him, so he's got Sterling and Townsend in case he needs to do that.
Has anybody mentioned Milner in there?
Yeah, I mentioned him briefly.
Yeah.
He's guaranteed, you got to go.
We just need to, if he plays Milner, we just need to keep him off corners. Because he just hits the first man every time. which is noticeable every time I watch Liverpool play. But again, Milner for his work ethic and his adaptability, what he can bring to the squad. Again, that experience as well. He'll help behind closed doors. He's been there. He's done it. He's been about a lot of squads. So that'll help the young lads.
Just to put, obviously you mentioned Marcus Rashford a little bit there, but he has been included in the provisional 26-man squad. Just to let you know, he was born in 1997, which is a remarkable stat. He's obviously coming to the Manchester United side in the new year. What do you make of him being called up? Whether he goes or not?
I think he deserves to be called up. Personally, I think.
You think over Andy Carroll or Jermaine Defoe?
For raw ability, yeah, potentially.
Interesting.
Defoe has had a great end to the season, hasn't he? He's always going to give you that goals. But then as a raw talent who's just broken into the scene, Rashford's been a breath of fresh air, and his movement's great. He always keeps the defenders guessing, and it's like he's playing with this arrogance when he plays for Man United, and it's great to see.
Nelly, Rashford, Defoe, Carroll.
Not Carroll.
Not Carroll.
I think you can make a good argument for Carroll because he's completely different, isn't he? But when you weigh up Carroll as opposed to Rooney, Vardy, Sturridge, Kane, you can only take it. And we talked about Lado being missing out. What was his name? Welbeck. So you can only take so many, can't you?
Which one out of them three would you take if you could? Rashford, Carroll, or Defoe? Which one would you take?
I think Defoe's he's likely to get a goal out of nothing, isn't he?
Mackham, interesting.
Yeah. Well, is he? He's not really.
Not really.
But I know why he's gone with Rashford, because he's one for the future, and he's given him a taste of it. And
you think if Rashford played for Sunderland, would he still be called up?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Or someone like that? It's interesting, isn't it? People are saying he's just getting called up because he's playing for Manchester United.
Well, if he's playing for any other team the way he's been playing for Man United, I don't see why he can't be called up, because he is a natural ability. Like I said, he's got good movement. He asks defenders questions. He's scoring goals, which is important for a striker.
I think it's similar to the Fabian Delph thing. He plays for Man City. You know, you got to be the best of the best to play for Man City. Same as Rashford. He plays for Man United. He's come through the system. You can't underestimate how good a player this kid is. None of us have seen that much of him. But to get in Man United's first team, you've got to be a seriously good player, aren't you?
Yeah, Markey, Rashford, Carroll, Defoe. Where do you stand on them three strikers?
I don't think any of them would go to the major competition. But if you were to ask me now, I'd go with Andy Carroll. There was a quote the other day saying that is he the best in the world at what he does? Actually, what that started to do for me is I started to watch his game more. He is very good at what he does.
It's not just his aerial threat, is it? There's more to him than that.
No, he's always occupying both centre halves, which leaves space for on runners. His link-up play is actually quite good. Again, he can shoot from distance. But as soon as you get in and around a crossing area, he is, for me, the best in the world at what he does at the moment. And again, it comes back to your style. I think if you were to play with out-and-out wingers, get down the sides, down the half space and so on, and deliver, you'd want him in there because he's the best. But again, it comes back to what style of player they're going to go with. And I would say that Kane's probably going to be the starter because he's got the all-round game. But Carroll, for me, out of them three would be the one who goes.
It definitely gives you something different, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It gives you that option. Big, strong lad in there who can get about people.
If you're losing or drawing in the last 10 minutes of the game, throw him on. Personally, I think he's going to be a handful for defenders.
He's going to be a nuisance in there, isn't he?
Yeah.
Like Peter Crouch would. Crouch would be. They've used him in tournaments before, Crouch.
Something different, like Mike said, something different, isn't it?
The thing is, the will have planned. They will have planned for the worst case scenario, and he might not have fallen into their plan. They might want to say, no, we want to stick with what we're doing. Someone else might have said, default, we're 1-0 down, get Andy Carroll on. It might not be what they want in the tournament, we don't know. So that's why they make the decision, innit?